Hello and welcome to the final siren with Duck running solo. Oz is out on a retreat. Shout out to the Durack boys. He's there with them tonight. But the Fremantle Dockers, 16-8-104, have defeated Essendon 9-9-63 by 41 points. A fantastic effort by the Dockers on a Thursday night. The bright lights, the big city. We've got BT over here in the corner. He might jump on the pod, who knows. But it was really fantastic. Get a win. 5 in a row now, Dockers fans. We're up and about. Next week on to St Kilda. But what a game by a couple of blokes in particular. You've really got to say big dominant Dogger Jackson. The poor bloke from Essendon who unfortunately was in his debut, got a bit of a baptism of fire. Dogger with the 3 goals and also dominating in the ruck. Caleb Sarong and Andy Brayshaw go along their merry way. The 1-2 punch of these guys is just unbelievable, and their ability to really turn it up in the second half in particular. 64 disposals, so breaking that 60 disposal KPI, love that. 11 clearances, 3 goals, 1 hitting the scoreboard, love that. And together they were able to get a plus 18 clearance differential. So you've got to be happy with that, Dockers fans, being able to dominate around the ball and then gain territory from there. But one of the guys I thought was really fantastic was Lukey Ryan. Lukey Ryan, back to his old best, wound back the clock a bit, 10 intercept possessions as a part of his 32 disposals and 12 marks. He was like the Great Wall of China back there. Nothing was getting past him. Definitely no Mongols. So really, really good stuff. Solid win. Now we go into a 10-day break, Dockers fans. So very exciting. Looking forward to that. St Kilda on a Sunday afternoon. We're up and about for that. It was a pretty solid crowd. I know Thursday night's a bit tough to get off work. Not much public transport floating around, but really, really good to see a lot of Dockers fans out there today. It'll be interesting to see what we do with that break. A little 10-day, a little mini break will be good. But look, I think there's a number of guys that are really playing some fantastic football at the moment. And Dockers fans, we need to be up and about, because I think it's a case of, we've got a real opportunity here with this group. We've won 5 on the trot. It's something that hasn't happened in our club's history often, but let's just get around it and see what we can do against St Kilda next week as well. Well, I'm joined now by Karl Warner and Heath Chapman. Boys, very nice to have a win on a Thursday night.
Definitely.
Yeah, certainly. Good crowd tonight. Good to be back on Thursday night and get a good win.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I feel like every time we're at home in prime time, it's we're usually on the wrong side of the ledger, but it's really nice to have a nice, comfortable win.
Yeah, certainly. Well, I think they kicked the first one in the last quarter and off the last couple of weeks where we haven't quite finished up games as well. But this time, yeah, credit to the midfield. I thought they really stood up in that last quarter and closed out the game. Obviously,
last week, short turnaround, last week finished the game not great. Was that the messaging from JL going into this game or into the last quarter?
Yeah, I guess so. There was a big focus on, we got the job done, but not necessarily in our way. So the focus was playing our way for 120 minutes, and I think we were able to do that.
Fantastic. Now, Chappy, 22 disposals, mate. Bit of run and carry off the back line. Bit of a licence back there. Oh, hello. a bit of a bat in the cave. Jeez.
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, so a bit of a licence to have a bit of a run and carry there?
Yeah, I think we back all our, back 7 to take the game on with the footy. The big focus was that we want to move the footy out of our back half, and we have some good users down there, and Carlos gives us some good run and carry off the back as well.
Now, Karl, you're really fitting into the team nicely now. A little bit of a slow burn. How's it feeling being out there and just getting that continuity of game after game?
Yeah, certainly it's a good feeling. I felt like in my own personal football that I always sort of felt that I just needed an opportunity and a good run at it. And yeah, it's been a couple of years, but I wouldn't change anything really. It's been great to learn off such a great backline. Yeah, and I think we're just rolling really well as a backline group at the moment. But yeah, still a long way to go in the year and plenty of development.
Now the big Moose he's been out. Probably should have just taken the suspension, and it would have been, no need to worry about that. But Moose is out. Who takes over as the general down there? Who's the guy who's commanding the side down there?
Clarkey and Lukey probably pick up most of the slack, but whenever Moose has come out of the side, there's been a big focus on everyone just picking up a little bit, and I think we've been able to do that well. But yeah, mostly Lukey and Clarkey, they're the big voices back there, get us organised.
Boys, we don't want to think too far ahead, obviously, but can we look back? 5 wins in a row. and some really fantastic wins away against Gold Coast and GWS. What do you think? Is there any catalyst that's been on the back on that you can really look at and go, we've just knuckled down on this area and it's really helped us?
Yeah, I think it's off the back of just trying to play consistent footy and really have a good prep going into each game. We know that St Kilda game, we're clearly not at our best, and we felt that next week against Collingwood we played some good football, but we just didn't quite get the job done. So I think for us, it's just trying to take it week by week and just prepare as much as we can for the opposition. I think we've got St Kilda next week, so we've got the weekend off, but look to that next weekend. Yeah,
so 10-day break now. What's the mindset going into that? Do you guys get a bit, because you've obviously played 2 games in 5 days, and we're not travelling again, which is fantastic, is mindset maybe rest up a bit, get in the ice baths, get your recovery, have a bit of an extra break?
Yeah, I think we're in for a review tomorrow, but then we get the weekend off, which is nice. Good opportunity to get the bodies right, spend some time with family and friends, so I think it'll be a good reset.
Nice. And how are the bodies feeling? Karl, you're a bit cherry ripe, I've heard.
Yeah, trying to be cherry as I can, really. I know I probably used that word a bit too much, but Gold Coast just had a little bit of hamstring awareness, but I think the bite helped me quite a bit. But yeah, body's feeling good at the moment.
Can you talk us through because as a fan, no one really understands what hamstring awareness is. Is that just you're feeling it a little bit? It's a little bit sore. Talk us through what hamstring awareness actually is.
Oh, it's just probably not being able to get up to speed properly. I felt that I could get moving quite comfortably, but at top end speed, it was just feeling it. And if I can't go 100%, then I shouldn't be out there. So. I was lucky for the bye. I was able to do some training like 7 days after the game. Felt pretty good, so it was a quick turnaround.
Fantastic. And Chappy, your body's feeling good?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah?
The 5-day break was a test. That was a pretty quick turnaround, but I'm in a pretty good space, and my processes are really good at the moment. So
fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it's really great to see you back on the park for an extended period, which is fantastic. Mate. We touched some bit of wood, make sure we're not jinxing you at all there. But boys, what's the feeling around the club now? Obviously, is the messaging still from J-Lo 1 week at a time? I know it's an old colloquialism and around footy parliament. So what's the messaging at the moment?
Yeah, it's just preparing each week as best we can. I know it sounds pretty cliche taking it week by week, but it's in realism that's what it is at the moment. We have a 3-week run at home through this June period, so we wanted to make sure that we focus on each game that we had, and we know we had a short turnaround. So it's just being able to try and get our bodies right and then prepare as much as we can and try and review each team and what their strengths are and try to take that away from them. Fantastic.
So confidence high going into the St Kilda game, obviously the 10-day break. Anything that you'll focus on given that last time we played them? Look, I don't know how you guys felt. It was probably a really, really disappointing loss. Is there any kind of little bit of burn in the gut to get a bit of payback?
There definitely is a bit of burn. We probably owe them one, I reckon. But, we went away from what we wanted to do last time we played them. And I think, we'll have a really good week of prep and, I look to play our way like we have done the last couple of months.
Nice. And there's a weird quirk in the fixturing that you're playing St Kilda again so soon. Like it's been like 8 weeks since you've played them, and we haven't played a few teams already. So, any thoughts on that?
I think we're all pretty keen to play St Kilda, especially after that game. Yeah, we're all pretty keen. So I'm not sure how the fixturing works, but I think a few of us boys are quite keen to play Saints next week.
Fantastic. All right, boys, we might wrap it up there. Just before we do, obviously, a couple of different cats down at the club, and one of the big prancing ponies kind of sticking his chest out and trying to just poke his head up as being the weirdest unit. But who is the weirdest bloke at the club at the moment?
Oh, I've got one in mind. Who are you thinking?
That bloke's pretty weird, Dogger.
Yeah. Big Dogger?
Oh, Huey Davies, in my opinion.
Huey Davies, bit of a weird unit.
He's a weird unit. Him and Dogger, they're close to each other in lockers, so a couple of spooky units over there.
Just a couple of spooky units. That's what you really want to hear. All right, gents, thank you very much for joining us today. Fantastic win, 5 on the trot. Fans are up and about, boys are up and about. Really, really looking forward to seeing how this season progresses. But focus on St Kilda next week, Sunday afternoon. Get here in big numbers and away we go.
Yeah,
fantastic. Thanks, boys. Cheers. Cheers. Alrighty, thanks to Karl Warner and Heath Chapman there with the two guys who are playing fantastic football at the moment. Karl really stepping up in that back pocket, and Chappy just continuing along his way on that half-back flank and being able to take the game on and really exploding today with 22 disposals. Love the way he went about it. And big Carlos Warner, the Swede, really going about with some really good footy as that lockdown small defenders. Look, I think let's look ahead now. Let's look ahead to next week. St Kilda, big revenge match, big grudge match. They did us in pretty dirty over on Friday night only a couple of weeks ago now, and I know Dockers fans and the players and the coaches will be very keen to get it back on track. Really big opportunity to go 6 in a row, Dockers fans. We've got to be up and about for that. So let's see what we can do. Get out big numbers Sunday afternoon. We know we love the Sunday Arvo slot. So let's get around that. Make sure you are here. And also, make sure you subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. It is The Final Siren. I'm Duck from the Purple Rain. We're at Purple Rain 95 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. At The Purple Rain 95 on TikTok and YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, on Docker TV, make sure you hit the bell, hit the subscribe, hit the little ping, and put in some comments. Let us know who you thought had a great game tonight. That's what we're up and about for. So great work, guys, and we'll see you next week.